Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Tassos Kilimos. Happy to be joining you guys for another NFL preview. This week, we are previewing Week 10 of the NFL season. I have, of course, joined by my co-host, Spencer Mulkatine, and Tits McGee in the right-hand corner.
Yeah,
we are
sorry we've been MIA for fucking 3 weeks. Somebody doesn't
40 minutes late to recording because of somebody who was playing video games.
I'm sorry!
But threw 15 excuses at us as to why he couldn't record
I'm here.
on time.
I'm here.
Recording late. Anyways, welcome back to the show, guys. We all had pretty solid weeks. John and Spencer went 8-5. I kicked their asses, went 10-3. Spencer's still in last place. No ground gained, but it's all right. Just Johnny, you fell two more games back of me, so I'm now comfortably in first place. All right, guys. Week 10, NFL preview upon us. Let's not waste any more time. Let's hop right in. Starting off Thursday Night Football, we got the 1-7 Carolina Panthers at the 2-7 Chicago Bears. And Spencer, you said you don't have any sort of insight in this game. I'm all over this one. What are you guys thinking of this matchup first and foremost? Another classic Thursday night showdown. Any insight on this game?
Yeah, it's tough. Is Fields healthy?
He's questionable. We won't know, unfortunately, because of when we record. As of right now, we're going to have to assume that Tyson Bagent is starting, but there is a chance that Fields plays.
I'm going to say, all right. Fuck. I'm going to say I don't think Fields is in this game. I'm going to go with the Panthers.
I know. My thing is that the Panthers didn't look bad outside of 2 pick sixes. Is that a bad thing to say?
No. He's a rookie quarterback.
I think he
no,
sucks.
but yeah, he's not that good, is he?
I think he
not
is
yet.
a draft bust. I don't think he's going to work.
I think eventually he'll work.
I think the Panthers traded up and took the wrong guy. C.J. Stroud and Anthony Richardson are both better, and Will Levis. All three of those guys look way better
right now.
I don't think Bryce Young has it, to be honest with you.
Not yet.
I don't think he will. I think he'll be better than this. Don't get me wrong. He's going to improve.
You're being too hard on a rookie quarterback.
John, it's not a matter of like I never was impressed with him in Alabama. I don't think he's that good.
Can I ask you a serious question, Tassos?
Yeah.
Do you think the Steelers drafted a quarterback 1 year too early?
Yes, 100%.
100%. I agree with that.
They could have tanked again last year. They didn't need to win those games. They missed the playoffs. They're middle of the pack team, and then they went with Kenny Pickett at 18 last year?
Yeah.
And if they tanked one extra season, played those games with Mitch Trubisky last year, didn't draft Kenny Pickett, took it. I don't know who was available at 18 last year. I bet you somebody good was. And then picked C.J. Stroud this year, traded up for him. You know how good
Stroud,
of a
or even like Anthony Richardson or one of these other guys. I think I think that the Steelers made a mistake there. I think Carolina made a mistake here with Bryce. There were some really good quarterbacks in this class. And it's funny because I think most people were talking about this draft class as like, oh, this one sucks. And, there's really not that great quarterbacks. But like C.J. Stroud looks like a legit star. I think Anthony Richardson, before he got hurt, looked really good. And, Will Levis is a small sample size, but he looks really good. I think Bryce Young, and I know everyone's going to say, oh, he doesn't have the weapons. He doesn't have the team. Like, his offense isn't horrible. Like, it's not like he has nothing. When it comes to this game, there is an interesting part to this because the Bears, obviously, they own Carolina's first-round pick, which as of right now is projected to be the second overall pick in the draft. So if you beat them, you just help your odds for a top 2 pick. Yeah. I think that's a little extra motivation maybe for Chicago. Carolina, they're playing with nothing to lose because at this point, if they lose, they're not getting a better pick. So it's really not that good of a game, but it could end up being kind of an interesting game. So what are our picks here?
I'm on the Bears.
I'm going to go Bears too. I like Chicago here, whether it's Bagent or Justin Fields. Carolina, it's up there for the worst team in the league. I don't like Bryce Young in this spot. And the Bears are getting better. They just traded for Montez Sweat. They're not terrible.
Well, I'm gonna go Bears here too. I don't like it at all, but I think they're the better team.
Yeah, it's not like I don't think you're gonna sleep comfortably at night betting the Bears. I just think that if you're gonna take a side here, I would take Chicago. I just think they are overall the better team. I think Bryce Young, they might win one more game all year. I just don't think highly of this team. So give me a little Bears sweep here for the first game. Excuse me. Moving on to Sunday, we have the Germany game. We have the 4-5 Colts against the 2-7 New England Patriots. I don't know what to say anymore about New England other than like the tank is going beautifully well.
They're taking.
Well, the funny thing is they're not. Like if you watch how they're coaching, they're trying to win.
IAS.
They're just bad.
They're just IAS. And it doesn't help that like half their defense is hurt, especially their first round pick.
Well, it helps the tank.
Probably their best defensive end or their best defensive player in general.
It helps the tank that they're hurt though.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, this offense is terrible. That's what I kept saying because a lot of people when Judon and Gonzalez first went down, the thing was like, could New England tank? They're too good to tank, and it's like honestly, I don't think they are. Like I think this team is. I don't think they're going to have to try very hard. They're that
their
bad.
Offense sucks. Their defense is okay.
Oh, it's really bad. It's so bad, and like they had so many opportunities to win this game too, which is the worst. I think the worst part is like, aside from the New Orleans game and the Dallas game, New England has been in every game in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
They're not good enough, and I think that to look at the right side of things, looking at the future, this team is not. It's not like Carolina, right? Where Carolina, it's like they have Brian Burns, and maybe a couple pieces here and there, but their future is kind of dim. Like, what do they have?
Yeah.
New England has something here defensively. They have some pieces. I don't think it's going to need like a long rebuild to get them back to being a playoff team. 1 or 2 good off seasons could do it. But it's a matter of can they have that 1 or 2 good off seasons with Belichick running the ship.
No.
In Germany, they have a pretty big home field advantage here because the Germans love New England for some reason. It's like the Americans with Ronaldo. It's like, huh?
Is that proven?
It's proven, yeah. It's been a big talking point because like in Germany, they only get 1 or 2. It's like the same thing with Greece. They only get like 1 or 2 NFL games a year, and because the Patriots were always the best team in prime time, they are always Patriots games. So German fans have only really ever seen New England football. So there's a lot of Patriots fans there. So it's going to be almost a home game for New England. But I don't think it matters. I think the Colts, Minshew Mania, they've been playing really well. They have something to play for. New England, I just don't think they're good enough. They just defensively they'll be in this game. It'll be tight. You know, they'll probably lose like 23-20, something along those lines. No, actually, they're not going to score 20 points. It'll be like 17-14 Colts. You know, like I can see the Patriots hanging around, but they don't have enough to win. They just don't. And Mac is not good enough to make those plays. Before we give our picks, thoughts on the Colts on their season so far? With like Gardner Minshew's actually been playing very well.
I think they're pretty well coached. They got some weapons. I mean, they're not a good team by any stretch, but I think they're playing pretty well.
I like their coach. I think the Eagles coaching tree has been pretty.
It's been pretty good.
Like Shane Steichen looks good. Yeah. Even Jonathan Gannon in Arizona has done a pretty good job. I know they're 1-8, but like
no, he's done great. He's got nothing. He's done great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, considering you lose Anthony Richardson and like Jonathan Taylor didn't play the first 4 or 5 games, like they're pretty good overall.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go Colts here. I'm not gonna overthink this one.
I am too, only because I think Bill's good, like smart enough to tank. Like I think he's a smart enough coach to know his team's not good. He's gonna tank. I don't. But that's the thing. I don't think that's why. Because they're not. If you watch these games, he's going all out. Like he wants to win. Right. They just suck.
He's still chasing a number, Johnny. He doesn't want to. He doesn't know how many more years he's got coaching. He still will scratch at everyone.
Let me back it up then. I don't think the Patriots are good enough to beat this team.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I think.
To be completely honest, the Colts didn't look that great against the Panthers. They had 2 pick sixes. That kind of like separated them between the Panthers. That game was kind of close. Yeah. That was a 1-score game.
Yeah, but
my thing is, how much better is New England than Carolina?
I was going to say that.
They're not. They're not at all. But they're not better than Carolina. I don't know if I would pick the Patriots to beat Carolina in Carolina right now. So
I don't think so either.
I mean, I'm going with the Colts on pure fact that I don't think the Patriots can beat this Colts team. But let's not act like this Colts team is. I mean, we got to see when Jonathan Taylor actually gets like 18.
They're not a great team. I'm not trying to say they are. I agree. I do think considering I think most people coming into the season thought this team was going to be horrible. They're 4-5. Right. They've got some fight to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. And then as soon as Jonathan Taylor like gets his like double the carries of what he's getting right now, that offense will get back to going. But
yeah,
I mean, it didn't look that great against the Panthers. The offense didn't.
I mean, this Patriots team, they got nothing.
All right, moving along here. Sunday slate, we got the 5-3 49ers at the 6-2 Jacksonville Jaguars. A very good game, actually. John, what are your initial thoughts on the matchup?
I mean, I think this Niners team is way too good to lose 4 straight. I think
okay, let me rephrase it in a way I think that's a better question to ask. Are you off on Brock Purdy, or like, do you think it was just like a rough stretch and he's fine, or like, do you think the Niners have a real quarterback problem?
I mean, every quarterback has a rough stretch. I'm not off of him. I'm not off of him at all.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm a little off. And I like Purdy. I'm a little off. I don't think he's as good as the media attention wants him to be. But I don't think he's a bad quarterback at all.
Right. I think they went into this bye. Kyle Shanahan fondled his balls a little bit. Purdy will be back after the bye. I think they win this game, Tassos. I don't think it'll be pretty, but I just don't think, like, I don't know. I just can't see this 49ers team with, like, Kyle Shanahan and that defense just losing 4 straight. And plus, with the Jaguars being home dogs, I've said this multiple times. I think some good amount of money will be on the Jaguars just because of this little slippage they got going on with the 49ers. Jaguars plus money at home. It's just like, I just think the 49ers take an ugly one. I don't know this game is going to be as good as everybody thinks it will be.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I think I have to agree with you. I don't think the Niners. I think also, I know people don't want to hear this, but let's be honest. Let's be grown-ups for a second. The NFL is a little bit fixed. A little bit. Not as much as some people would like to think.
Right.
There's no script. But, like, the refs influence the game a certain way when they want something to happen. And I think the NFL, they don't want to see the Niners 5-4. I think that, especially the NFC, how weak it is, they need something to fight the Eagles. I think the 49ers are the option. And I do think they're a good team. They just traded for Chase Young, which is disgusting. Yeah. The fact that they just have to add.
Right, that defensive line. Hold on, Tassos. For those who don't think the NFL is scripted, if you don't think that Chris Jones on Sunday got a little, hey, this drive has to stay alive. Can you push somebody out there? Little 15-yard penalty, kept the drive alive. All of a sudden it was a 21-14 game and people kept watching. If you don't think that didn't happen, I'm a Dolphins fan. Had to happen. There's no way Chris Jones just pushes somebody for no reason. Scripted. Yeah. Had to be scripted.
Like I said, the NFL, they have their storylines they want to see, and nobody throws games. Let's be honest here. Nobody's throwing games. But they have their ways. They have ways that they're going to, depending on where the refs spot the ball,
it's favored.
Certain calls and things like that. Like, there's ways for them to influence the game. And sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes they influence it and it still goes the way they don't want it to go. But
they
definitely have a hand in it. I do think the Niners, and I also think the Jaguars, their offensive line is really bad. Honestly, it's actually really bad. It's like bottom 5 in the league right now through the first half of the season. With this Niners defensive line, I think Trevor Lawrence could be under some pressure today. On Sunday. Yeah. Chase Young, I don't think I know he hasn't had the career people thought he would have. Him on this Niners defense is actually horrifying. Like, I think they could actually unlock his potential. Yeah. And it's a lot easier when you're playing with Nick Bosa and Javon Kinlaw and Javon Hargrave.
He's really it's not like he didn't come from a defensive line with talent on it. He was on a defensive line with Montez Sweat and guys like that.
For sure.
I just don't think.
I think this defense was better suited for him.
Right. I think
100%.
I think the play calling in 49ers with the stunts, and they throw like crazy fronts out there. Like, I think that would be way better suited.
I think Chase Young is really good in the system. I don't think he's magnificent. He's good. He's not magnificent on his own, though.
So actually, now that you say that, quick little segue before we give our pick. Brock Purdy. So, like, do you my take, and it's a sad take for Niners fans, but I think it is the realistic take. They fought so hard to move off of Jimmy Garoppolo because they were tired of having a quarterback who was good enough to win when things were going well, but not good enough to win when things were bad, just to end up with the exact same quarterback, just younger. I think they're in the exact same spot they were a couple years ago. I think Brock Purdy is a younger Garoppolo, where it's like when things are going, when there's no adversity.
The thing is, with a guy that is younger in his rookie contract, you don't have to pay him.
That's the
100%.
And it's a seventh round. It's a seventh round contract.
Right. So you can go out and
100%.
sign these Chase Youngs, and you can trade for these Chase Youngs because you have a rookie quarterback. So there is a little upside to it, Tassos, but I 100% agree with you. You ended up with Jimmy Garoppolo Jr.
They fought so hard because they were like, oh, we don't want Garoppolo. We want a quarterback who could actually make the plays when things are going wrong. And they just ended up right back to where they were. Again, better because they're not paying him. But I think it's just kind of a sad reality that, like, they're right back where they were. And that's the biggest flaw with them. And you're seeing it. The last couple of weeks, they've had some injuries. You know, they're playing some good teams. They have some adversity. And Brock Purdy, listen, he's been exposed. And I still think he's a decent quarterback. I don't think he's ass. I wouldn't put him bottom 10 in the league right now. You know what I mean? I don't think. But the thing is, though, like, if you know, our good friend Miles, the Beat Panther, you go back like 4 weeks ago, this guy was like top 5 in MVP odds.
Yeah.
So I think the world is starting to realize that, like, hey, he's decent and you can win games with him. You're limited a little bit offensively. But I'm gonna go Niners here as my pick. I can't see the Niners losing 4 in a row. And I just think Jacksonville, their offensive line's not mad.
No, I'm with you. I can't see him losing 4.
I can't see them losing 4 in a row. Also, it just pains me that they took Trey Lance when they could have had like a
Mac Jones.
I don't know who Mac Jones. But they didn't even need to take quarterback. Really, they kind of forced the quarterback pick.
I mean, they took Purdy and he works. So I mean, like, go deep.
Imagine that offense with
saying, like the Trey Lance thing. Like, imagine if you number one, if you don't trade up for him, first of all. And second of all, if you do trade up and you take somebody else, what happens? You know,
you take Jamar Chase. You take Jamar
Micah
Chase.
Parsons in that draft?
Yeah.
Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
But that defense doesn't really need the help, Tassos. Imagine
but I'm just saying, imagine if they had Micah on top of it.
They could use it.
Right, but I'm just saying they could have also taken Jamar Chase.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right, this game's a little interesting. We got 3-5 Titans at the 3-5 Buccaneers. Guys,
this is a pain fest.
This is a pain fest. But a quick question for you guys.
I can lead it off.
I'm saying where do you go with this?
I have a spot I'm going to go with, but I do have a question because I'm writing a blog right now for Guy Boston Sports where I'm ranking all 32 active quarterbacks. Where do you think I ranked Baker on my list? Just throw a number out there.
At 32?
No. 26?
16.
I was gonna say 15.
If you really break it down, he is the 16th. I mean, I use stats, I use the eye test, I use a little bit of everything to determine my list. He's 16. Like, there really aren't many quarterbacks that I would take over Baker right now. Like, he is playing that well this year. It's also a testament to how bad the quarterback play is that he's so highly ranked. But that's where I put him on my list is 16. Like, he's actually having a great season.
At all. So below him is Panthers, Bears.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll give the bottom 16 of my list real quick. I won't spoil it all because I have the blog coming out. So I have so Baker 16. I have Purdy 17, Howell 18, Deshaun Watson 19, Josh Dobbs 20, Minshew 21, Levis 22, Pickett 23, Mac Jones 24.
That's pretty high.
I think that listen to the bottom 8 here. 24 Mac Jones, 25 Jordan Love, 26 Zach Wilson, 27 Taylor Heineke, 28 Bryce Young, 29 Aiden O'Connell, 30 Tyson Bagent, 31 Tommy DeVito, and 32
29 you say, huh?
Well, John, as much as I don't like O'Connell, he's definitely not as bad as Toon, DeVito, or Bagent. Those guys are horrible.
I know.
But of those guys, I know I ran them off fast, but you could make the case, I guess, for Purdy and Sam Howell, but who else would you put over Baker?
None of them.
Really, nobody.
And honestly, I could have went higher a little bit. I have Derek Carr at 15, Smith at 14. I think he's been better than both Carr and Geno this year. But just because the eye test, those guys, I trust those guys more in a game. I put them higher. But Baker's having a great year, but the Bucs this team around him is not that good. They were up on the Texans, one of the worst all-time bad beats. I had Texans minus 2.5. But they were up on the Texans 37-33 with 45 seconds left.
Right.
And they lost. This defense.
Wait, you had
good.
Texans?
I had Texans minus 2.5, and I did not cover. because they went for 2 instead of kicking the extra point, making the 3-point lead. They went for 2 and didn't get it. So horrible bad beat. In a game that I thought was over. Like they scored a touchdown with 4 seconds left, and they had the ball. They were down 4 with 45 seconds. I'm like, okay, it's over. And then they somehow score a touchdown because C.J. Stroud's been playing unbelievable, and then they go for 2. But I like
it's crazy. It's crazy how much worse their secondary has gotten because their front 7 really hasn't changed in the past 2 years.
Yeah, no.
It's still
older.
It is a little older, but it's still like the same 5 core guys.
Yeah.
And then their secondary just got really fucking bad. Besides,
the secondary is awful. It is really bad.
Really bad.
And offensively, Baker's done more than I think anyone could ever ask him to do. He's been really fantastic. But the team around him is not. The offensive line's not great. The receivers are dropping balls left and right.
No, I'm glad to see Baker do well too. I like him a lot, and I mean, the media has been really down on him, and he's really not that bad.
I don't think he'll ever be a franchise quarterback. I think that ship has pretty much sailed.
No, but he's enough to win some games.
He's a prime candidate to be this generation's Ryan Fitzpatrick, a guy who
Yeah,
100%. He's got the swagger. He's got the energy. If you put him in, he can ball out. If you put him as your starter for a whole year, you're gonna get mixed results. But he can hold his own. Like if you needed him to start 16, 17 games, he could do it, and your season wouldn't be over.
He puts asses in seats, baby. That's all he does.
He's got a personality to him. He is, I think, the prime. Like he'll be around for a long time. I don't think he's gonna last as long as he wants to play. Yeah, I don't think he'll ever be pushed out of this.
That's a great take. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I think that's I was thinking what does he remind me of? And he could be Ryan Fitzpatrick. And he may even get another shot somewhere else down the line, a couple of years from now, where they'll make him the starter, and maybe could he be our franchise guy? And then
he's a good
you're gonna realize he's not it. But I'm one of the biggest anti-Baker guys, and I can't hate on him right now. He's been playing really great. I'm actually happy to see him play well, honestly.
I'm gonna go ahead and take the Bucs here too, because I think he's playing great. I think that Bucs team.
Well, you said Bucs here too. I didn't say Bucs.
Oh, I think you did. Well, I'm going
Titans here.
You're going Titans here?
I'm going Titans. I think this Tampa Bay team is not very good, and I think in their minds at this point, they're an older team. They're not going to make Baker the long-term guy. They need a quarterback. You're 3-5. Right now they're in the top 10. You start losing more games. Very quickly, you're having a top 10 pick, maybe even top 5 pick. There's some good quarterbacks. So I think Tampa Bay, I think they're giving up, honestly. I just don't think they're good enough. Tennessee, on the other hand, I thought they were giving up, but now Levis played pretty well against the Steelers. I know they lost, but he played pretty well against the Steelers. They still have enough offensively to cause problems. I like Tennessee here. I don't know. I hate it because I hate picking Tennessee in anything.
I'm going to say
I like Titans here.
I like the take. I like the take a lot. But I'm going to say Tampa Bay, just on the experience of Baker alone.
Fair. And I don't blame you. I think this is a coin toss game.
No, it's going to be close.
I don't like either of these teams, but I'm just going to...
I'm not picking either one.
I don't like either of these teams. I'm still not super high on Will Levis. I mean, he looked decent against the Steelers. He's still going to make those rookie mistakes. This secondary is so ass, though. He could definitely throw for 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I mean, they still got
who's guarding D-Hop on this defense?
None of them. Yeah. None of them. I'm still going to go Bucs, though.
Oh, little Shyamalan twist there at the. I thought you were I'm like, oh, you're going Titans.
I'm just not in on Levis yet, man. I want to be.
I'm not super in on him. I just think compared to the I like the Titans in this spot a little bit better than I like the Bucs in this spot. 5-3 Browns at the 7-2 Ravens. I have to hand up.
Yeah,
the Ravens might be good.
The Ravens are good. The Ravens are a good football team.
They might actually be for real. A little bit for real.
I'll take him there. I'll take Ravens here.
I said Ravens and take them -6 because they're the hottest team in football right now.
See, here's the thing, though. This is kind of the spot.
Baltimore, here we go.
Because everybody and their mother loves Baltimore. Cleveland's Cleveland could do it.
I mean, do they?
No, they cannot, Tassos.
I mean, do they?
That offense is ass.
I mean,
That
Baltimore's
Tassos.
winning games.
Tassos.
Yeah.
The Ravens made that Seahawks offense look like a bunch of little fucking kids. And this Browns offense is really bad.
I know.
Like really bad.
But I'm going to cash money bet Browns +6.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
You're a wild child.
No, I like the
Browns.
Browns.
I don't hate that.
And I'm going Browns on the pick 'em.
You're going Browns on the pick. You're despicable.
I'm going
I
Browns
don't hate that. I don't hate that at all, actually.
I'm going Browns on the pick 'em. I have to. I feel like I know it's coming. I know it's going to happen where the Ravens are going to lay that stinker, and I think this is the one.
No, I agree. I agree.
Game,
I think
AFC North's weird. AFC North can be really weird.
it is weird. I think
It
it's
is weird.
I think it's coming. I don't think it's coming this week.
No, it's not, Johnny. This is about to be an ass whooping this weekend. Johnny, the Ravens at home after they just dismantled a good Seahawks team.
There's
just no way.
I like what you're thinking. I just don't. I think
don't know.
you're too early.
I could be call me crazy. It could be a little crazy, but
I think you're too early.
Yeah, you're just too early.
I was early. I was early on the Broncos too. I mean, the Dolphins. Excuse me. I remember I picked Denver against Miami and thinking, oh, this is it. Miami's gonna come down. Watch it here, and then they dropped 70. But I got it right the next week. I had Buffalo, but
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and take Baltimore here. I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. I like what you're thinking, but I think this seems too hot, and I can't stand Cleveland. I think they suck.
Come to the dark side, Johnny.
Oh God, I
No.
don't think Cleveland's enough. I don't.
Their defense. It's been exposed. They were really good the first 6 weeks. They haven't been good these past 2. I know they're on a bye, but they haven't been good. No. No, it's not here.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it, Tassos. That's a good pick.
I'm going in Baltimore.
That's a good pick. It's a good pick.
Tassos, what do you want to put on that?
I know you hate Baltimore.
What do you want the wager to be? I don't really want to put anything on it. To be fair, I don't like. I'm not like.
You just cash money bet +6.
Yeah, I know, but like, because I love the spot. But like, am I gonna put any? All right, what do you want to bet on it?
Oh God, here we go.
I don't know. I just think you're insane. I don't even want to put anything on.
Throw the ass 10 up there.
No.
I don't mind the +6. I don't. I'm going Ravens.
I'm going Ravens here too.
Listen, I can't say you guys are making the wrong pick necessarily. I like the Browns in this spot. What can I say?
I don't hate it. I think it's a good pick.
All right. 4-4 Bengals at the 4-4 Texans at the 5-3 Bengals.
Guys, they're back. They're back.
And it's crazy because I feel like most people would have said, like, oh, it's impossible for them to be back. Like, this is it. Like, they're actually bad.
They're back.
They're back.
They're back.
Are the Bills that ass?
No, the Bengals are back.
They're actually pretty bad. They're 5-4 now, and I actually think Buffalo is kind of weak.
Yeah?
They're ass. It's just what it is.
I don't think they're ass. I think they're.
I think the injuries to their defense is really hurting them. No Tre'Davious White, no Matt Milano, like Von Miller looks not that good.
I think Josh Allen without Dable is really hurting.
I think Ken Dorsey's a fucking moron. I can tell you that.
He's bad.
Ken Dorsey's
I'm surprised they haven't fired him already.
I was reading like an article too of like next Raiders head coaches, and one of the names was Ken Dorsey. John, I would hang yourself.
Just add him to that payroll.
Yeah.
Put him on the payroll, baby. Woo!
And then fire him 2 years later.
No, I like Bengals here.
I like Bengals too. And you know what? Same thing with the Browns-Ravens game. I feel like this is a spot. The problem here is that you have two teams that are coming off of massive wins, and it's like, whoa. Like, everybody's so high on C.J. Stroud right now. Everybody's so high on the Bengals. I'm just going to pick the team that I think is a better team. He
played a good game.
Yeah, I'm going to go Bengals, though. I just think that I think they have found their rhythm, and they are. Yeah. I think the Texans, like we said earlier, I don't think they're that good of a roster. Like, it's impressive what they're doing, but I think the Bengals are too good.
Dude, that Bengals defense is just as good as their offense too.
Yeah.
I don't know. they got rid of their whole secondary and they just brought in a younger secondary. And not many teams can do that and be like good. And I think their defense has saved their ass a couple times this year. I thought that offense was very fraudulent, and now all of a sudden the offense is going, and that team is just good now.
Yeah,
I mean, and I hate it.
I think
I hate it.
I think the Bengals were really struggling to find a rhythm early on, but I mean, from what I've seen the last few weeks, they're definitely themselves again.
I mean, the Joe Burrow injury really did a number. Like that hurt them quite a bit.
No. It's because Livy Dunn got a boyfriend and he was all sad the first 6 weeks. Don't let anybody fool you. That is what happened.
I mean, it's also just like the Bengals. This is what they do, right? It's death, taxes, and starting off slow the first 5 to 6 weeks.
Yeah,
they've done it like 3 or 4 years in a row.
Yeah,
it's like that's what Zach Taylor teams do. They're not good off the gate.
They're definitely back. I'm taking the Bengals here.
Yeah, I think you have
Bengals.
to. I'd rather be wrong about the Bengals than be wrong about the Texans.
Yeah.
Because I think the Bengals are significantly a better team.
Oh, no, they're significantly better roster.
Yeah.
Do they have as much heart and grit as that Texas team that plays for badge? No.
I think D'Amico Ryan might be a better coach than Zach Taylor. Truthfully.
Yeah.
Oh, he is. Yes.
I think
like
Zach Taylor's a little overrated.
I like him as a coach a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Zach Taylor?
No.
Or D'Amico Ryan?
Ryans.
Yeah, I do too.
Kyle Shanahan coaching tree. Can't go wrong with it.
They'll fire him this year, though, for some reason.
I know, bro. It was gonna be so gross when they do.
I don't know. I think he'll be around for a little. I think
No. They won't fire him. I was just making a joke that they.
No, I think
didn't they go on like a spell of firing 1-year head coaches like 4 years in a row or something like that?
It was something along those lines. Yeah, since Bill O'Brien's been gone, they've just been rolling through coaches.
Yeah. I think
at least they don't pay him.
1 more year. Yeah.
No, they don't. Not like Mr.
Not
Mark
like
Davis.
10 years, $65 million guaranteed.
And then
cash.
1 year later, it's like I'm out. I'm done with this. Get him out.
No, 1 year later, he's fucking leaking
That's
sex
get hired
tapes.
by the Raiders, bro. We're freaking shelling out money on money to freaking coaches who won't coaches anymore.
It's crazy how much Mark Davis is paying to people who are no longer there.
I know, it's crazy.
It's insane. Moving on, Saints, Vikings. Both teams are 5-4. It's actually a pretty big game for playoff implications.
Yeah.
Guys, the legend of Josh Dobbs continues. That is one of the craziest, I think, stories. The fact that like he didn't even know half the people on the team, like he didn't know names. Like on the videos on the sideline, I think were just insane. That he's going up to his lineman like, "Hey, what's your name, man? All right, cool. Like here's my cadence. Like here's how I like to snap." And it's like they're doing this literally like a pickup flag football game. Like if we just picked teams on the playground and said, "All right, here we go. Here's your offense." That's what it was, and they won. They actually beat a Falcons team that's also like they're not horrible. They're in the mix for the playoffs.
We kind of had this conversation last Monday, Tassos. But we thought it was Jameis Winston that was going to come.
Yeah,
I still thought it was Jameis Winston.
That was a great guess. I mean, I thought it was going to be him too. I don't know why it was Josh Dobbs, but I'm not disappointed that it was.
The thing is that their offensive personnel really is that good that like I'm not saying that like any quarterback could be good here, but like if you're halfway decent, you're going to succeed here. Like they've got a great offensive line. They've got Jordan Addison, Justin Jefferson's coming back. They've got Hawkinson. Like it's a lot easier to do it when you've got superstar.
Right. They have, and then they're like third and fourth wide receivers are athletes.
I mean,
it's just
I'm gonna kick it off here. I'm gonna go with the Saints just because I think the defense is too much for Josh Dobbs to overcome. And it's not a knock on Josh Dobbs. I think he's great. I love what he's doing, but that Saints defense is really good.
Yeah, I don't really care. I'm going Vikings. I'm just gonna ride the
I'm
Josh
going Vikings. I'm riding this win streak right now. What is it? 4 wins in a row with the Vikings?
Shit.
Shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they started off 1-4, and everyone's like, "Oh God, this team's terrible." It's like, no, they're actually good. They had a really rough. They just had a rough start. Like they lost a bunch of 1-score games early.
Nah, I respect
that.
Wait,
can Jay Jettis get activated this week?
I think it's next week.
Either this week or next week. I know he's coming back soon.
I think it's next week.
Doesn't matter. The other thing too is truthfully, and I like the Saints. There are not a bad team. I don't know how you have an offense with Derek Carr, Chris Olave, Alvin Kamara, Michael Thomas. Like you have all these pieces. They are the most boring offense I've ever watched.
I'll tell you why it's Derek Carr.
It's so annoying. Like how do you have this much firepower, and like all you do is throw 4 or 5 yard checkdowns?
Because it's Derek.
Because they. Let me tell you something. They had so much success, kind of like the Patriots for 15 years with Drew Brees.
Yeah.
I don't know why these teams just refuse to like modernize their offense. Same thing with the Pats. The kind of, I mean, for a while the Cowboys were the same way with Tony Romo. They always try to pound the rock with Ezekiel Elliott, Tony Pollard. They always pounded the rock. Same thing with some of these teams just don't modernize their offense. It's the same thing with the Saints. They had so much success throwing from 5 to 10 yards, these little slant routes, check down boy, that they're like, it works. It worked for 15 fucking years. Drew Brees led the league in every passing stat ever for 15 years. Why go off of it? It's not Drew Brees no more. It's not that NFL no more. Same thing with the Patriots offense. And you see the Cowboys this year, their past couple years, since they got moved off of Zeke and kind of like that, the pound of the rock offense, Dak has kind of opened up. Dak didn't look bad last night. No. Let him throw the fucking rock.
Yeah.
Farther than 5 to 10 yards down the field. Saints need to do the same thing.
I think Dennis Allen, and I like Dennis Allen a lot. I don't think he's a head coach. I think he's a really good defensive coordinator. I think that they're going to need to make a coaching change again. Which sucks for Derek because I feel like he's had 75 coaches in his career. But
yeah.
I just can't get behind this. I just can't confidently get behind a Saints.
It's so boring.
It's so bad. I'm gonna keep riding the Josh Dobbs vibes, and I know it's probably stupid. I know he probably comes down to earth, but like if that's what he can do, and the Falcons' defense is solid. If that's what he can do with no practice, imagine now he has a week to prep, coming off that energy. Like, did you see the clip afterwards when he was like the last guy to come in the locker room, and the whole place just erupts and goes crazy for him? Like, it's just a great story. All right, moving along here, guys. We have the 3-5 Green Bay Packers against the 5-3 Pittsburgh Steelers. This game's gonna suck ass.
Oh God, I don't know where to go.
No, Tassos. You know what we gotta do? We ride the hot hand, baby. We lock them again. You lock the Pittsburgh Steelers -3 again, Tassos. You know you do it.
I hate it. I fucking hate it.
You gouge your eyes out for 4 quarters, but goddamn it, your bank account loves it at the end.
Yeah, I'm going Steelers.
Steelers -3.
I was gonna say ride the Steelers, but I hate every
Lock
second.
it in. Steelers -3.
You have
Lock
to.
me the
Honestly,
fuck in.
You have to.
Everybody wants this shit to sink, but it's not sinking this week, baby. Let's get it.
It will.
Just not this week.
Just not yet. Not yet.
Listen, John, this is the Steelers. This is the Steelers' way. They have the easiest schedule in the NFL, and they get absolutely shit on in the playoffs. We love it this way. We live this way. Steelers -3.
It's going to be excruciatingly bad. It's going to be punts for 3 quarters. And then the 4th quarter, Kenny Pickett's going to throw a 60-yard pass to George Pickens. Well, let me rephrase. A 10-yard pass to Pickens, and then he'll take it 60 yards for a touchdown. And, then they'll just sit back and just, start the buses, and they'll go home with a nice.
And then the Packers look like they're about to come back and tie this football game. 1st and 10 on the Steelers 25. Jordan Love pick. Cash it, baby. We love it.
I'll take the Steelers here, but I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted.
No, John.
You're not supposed to feel
You're
good
not
about
disgusted.
It. You're not supposed
John,
to be like. You're not
John,
supposed
there's
to be
no reason. There's no reason this football team is supposed to be winning games, but God damn it, they do it.
God damn it, they do it.
That is why we take them week in, week out. We love printing money with the Pittsburgh Steelers because you know why? You know what's a better feeling at the end of the week too, Tassos? Is when you tell people that your lock of the week was the fucking Pittsburgh Steelers. And they go, you are insane.
Then you win. You're like, hell yeah.
Well, the best part too is that truthfully, I switch off the Steelers so much where it's like, honestly, I just check my phone. It's like, oh yeah, 4th quarter time. Let me tune in, check out my money, check out my investments doing. It's like, all right, I'm good. You don't have to watch the first 3 quarters. Just tune in for the 4th.
You don't.
Check your investment, and the money goes right into your bank account.
It's money. Weird. They print you money, John. I don't know what it is about them. Mike Tomlin loves it.
Actually, I want to see what's their record against the spread this year. The Steelers,
it's probably their record. It's probably their record.
The Steelers,
what are they, 5-3? They're probably 5-3 against the spread.
I'm not.
But they do have a fucking stupid easy schedule.
They do. I'm not saying their record here, but in their last their last 5 games, they've covered the spread 3 of the last 5. The only ones they didn't cover versus Jacksonville, and they didn't cover versus Houston. They got beat by 10 or more in both of those games. But they've covered against the Rams. They covered against the Ravens. They beat the Ravens, if you remember that game. They covered against Tennessee. Yeah. So they are, for the most part, a covering machine. It's just crazy. That's just insane. The whole, and the Packers are another one.
It's the kind of pick where you make it and you hate yourself in the morning, but you're glad you did it. Like, fuck.
There's a lot. Oh, it's the Steelers, and I'm gonna get a little gross here, but watching the Steelers and betting on the Steelers is like, having relations with an ugly chick, where it's like, you get the job done.
Going home with the 6 at the end of the night.
Yeah, it gets the job done, but the next morning you're like, oh, what did I do? What have I done?
Gross.
I don't know. But I'm going because we're probably going to cut out that first George Pickens conversation we had because I was just completely off schedule there. But yeah, I love the George Pickens overs too. I love the get me the fuck out of here overs.
Yeah,
those are my go-tos. So if you're gonna hate that bet too, you're gonna be like, this guy's an idiot. George Pickens has fucking 1 catch through 3 quarters, and bang.
1 catch,
2 catches,
7 yards to the first 3 quarters, and in the fourth he's gonna have 4 catches for like 64.
It's 4 catches, 64 yards off of slants, slants and slants.
I can run with
one to the house,
acrobatic catches,
and you're gonna love it.
Yeah,
and you're gonna be like, wow, that's the greatest cover of all time.
Yep.
When in reality, it was covering the whole damn time.
It was a guarantee.
It just was. I like that a lot.
It was guaranteed as long as they're not playing like a really good team. And even then, they put. Baltimore. They beat Baltimore, so who knows? It's crazy. It's crazy.
And let me tell you, they're at home. They're gonna have those fucking towels whipping in circles. They're gonna love it the whole time.
Can you?
Kenny Pickett's gonna have.
How do you truthfully, if you're a Steeler fan, how do you sit there in the cold for 3 hours? Woo! Another Kenny Pickett incompletion to nobody.
It's gonna be super cold. Kenny Pickett's gonna have both his gloves on super fucking tight. I don't know. It just gets me going.
His little T-Rex hands too.
I hate this team so much.
Kenny Pickett alone, man.
You ever just have something like that you hate something so much, like the Pittsburgh Steelers winning games because they're not supposed to, that you love it? It's it causes you so much disgust that you actually kind of enjoy it. It's a kink.
It's a root for him.
It's a kink. Yeah, that's what it is. It's like having a foot fetish.
It's like having a foot fetish.
It is. Betting on the Steelers, dude. I love it. I love how they make me feel.
Oh, God. Moving on. This game, we don't have to spend, honestly, any time on this. I really don't intend to. Falcons, Cardinals. Kyler Murray is starting. He
has to get activated this week. I'm pretty sure it's... Yeah.
I already got the alert, so he is playing. So that adds an interesting wrinkle. I'm going to go Falcons, though. I'm not going to...
I'm going to go Falcons just because he hasn't played in a year.
Yeah, and this team still isn't good, regardless if he plays or not.
I kind of miss it. I kind of miss watching that little midget run around in circles in the backfield.
I was just going to say, you miss him just running for dear life every single play?
He looks like a little Mario character.
I was just
running
say,
around,
it's like watching Super Mario on the field.
Yeah. I'm not gonna go crazy here. I'm gonna take Falcons. Also because I think that people are gonna be think they're fucking geniuses and take the Cardinals this week. Kyler's
back. Time to take him. Nope.
And I also think the Falcons coming off that loss to Josh Dobbs, people are gonna be like, "Oh, this team sucks." And it's like the Falcons they're not good, but they're not.
I think people are gonna be a lot defense. I think a lot of people are gonna be way too high on the Cardinals because of Kyler's coming back. He can't fix it, bro. He can't fix this.
No, they're gonna get a new quarterback next year. Although Sharp,
100%.
Oh, dude, America is heavy on Arizona. Jesus Christ.
Let me tell you something too. Big thing. It is the Call of Duty launch weekend for Kyler Murray.
Oh, right.
He's not going to watch any film.
Kyler,
no film will be watched for this man. Everybody's forgetting Call of Duty launch weekend. Kyler Murray, I don't give a shit what he does. He's going to look super tired on the field on Sunday. He's going to
come in
he's playing some Call of Duty this weekend, boy.
The red eyes and the goat and the shadow. And
you're not going to be able to tell because he's going to have the red visor on. He's going to be like, Kyler, why do you have that visor on? He was up till 3 a.m.
You know what the best part is?
Ripped
He's gonna be too tired to run around, and they're gonna be like, "Wow!" Like the excuses were already there for him. He's recovering from an injury, so it's gonna be like, "Oh, he's not really looking too nimble." It's like actually he hasn't slept in days. He's just been banging Call of Duty for days on end.
You just see him on the sideline. He's like twitching off G Fuel. Like, yeah.
Bro is locked in, but to the wrong thing. He's locked in the fucking God.
I kind of really like the Falcons now.
All right. 6-2 Lions at the 3-4. Well, we don't know. We record on Monday night, so we don't know what the Chargers are going to do against the Jets. They're either 3-5 or 4. 3-5 or 4-4. Lions are coming off their bye week. I'm going to go Lions here. I still don't have a read on the Chargers. Like, are they actually a good team or are they not? I just don't know.
I'm going to go ahead and take Chargers here just because I don't see a universe where the Lions are 7-2.
Yeah, this is so tough for us just because of the fact that we can't, like, this is one of the instances, like that Lions-Raiders game last week, I didn't need to see that. I knew what both those teams were. Yeah. This game I actually kind of want to see because for both the Jets and the Chargers, I really don't know how I feel about them because, like, both of them have had their good moments, but they could also look horrible at times. So I'm going to go Lions just because I do think they are the better team. I've seen better stuff from them overall, but yeah, the Chargers. I can't get a read on the Chargers. I don't know what they are.
Where is it?
If they're good, if they're not.
It's at SoFi. If that's
does that really matter though? Every game's an away game. They don't have fans.
I'm still gonna go Chargers here. I think they pull this one out.
I'm gonna go Lions. I think they have the bye week. I think they had time to prepare for this one. Yeah, I'm gonna go Lions here. Spence, what do you got?
Yeah. Yeah. This is such like a I don't. There's something about Brandon Staley that he just doesn't want to lose his job.
Do you think he wins just enough to keep him there, but nothing more?
He wins just enough to keep him there. And he's like, but
I'm good. I'm actually good.
I beat the Lions. I beat the Lions.
You see?
You see what I did?
Beat the Lions.
You want to see me do it again? I'm not going to do it again, but you want to see me do it again?
They're not. Justin Herbert doesn't look good.
He doesn't. Flat out.
But I'm going to go Chargers. I don't know why. Why do I that is just bad. That's a bad pick.
That's ass.
That's such an ass pick, Johnny. Why am I taking the Chargers? I don't know.
I don't know. I again, it's one of these picks where it's like I'd rather be wrong about Detroit than be wrong about the Chargers and feel like I got burned again.
Right.
Just they're a weird team. There's even with all the injuries they have and whatever, they're still super talented. But they just I don't know, man. I don't know what to think of them. But moving on. This should not take long at all.
Cowboys, Giants.
We got Giants, Cowboys.
Nasty. Do we need to talk about this, bro?
No, we can go Cowboys sweep. The only thing I do want to say, I wish I said it last week because it's not super original, but hey, Tommy, go get your fucking shine box. John, have you seen Goodfellas?
I've seen Goodfellas.
So you know the reference?
I do know the reference. Also,
okay,
thank you.
Just wanted to make sure that you got that. Yeah, we're going Cowboy sweep here, and especially coming off that Eagle loss, holy shit, I was going to take Cowboys cash money bet. I am not going to do that now. 16.5 point favorites. That might be the largest line I've ever seen in the NFL.
Holy shit.
Up there, man.
I want to know the record of that line, though.
Huh?
I want to know the record of something that's over 14.5 points.
I know. I think the Chiefs, at one point during this Mahomes, I think they were favored by like 17.5 at one game, but like this is, I get it, because Tommy DeVito, I'm not convinced knows how to throw a football.
I just don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, the NFL just doesn't have the fucking sack to put it at 20.5, you know?
No.
They just don't have the balls.
But to be fair, it's not like college, right? Where like the NFL, like how many real blowouts do we see consistently? You know,
not how many
20+ point games are there?
But this Giants team is ass.
Ass.
Yeah.
Like literal ass.
Ass.
And Tommy DeVito is ass. He might
He's
I kid you not, there is a very high chance that the Cowboys defense outscores the Giants offense on Sunday.
Actually, if there's a way to bet that, I'd bet that, honestly. Because I think it's the truth.
Yes.
Bad.
So, like, I just want to know the record of, like, 15.5-point spreads. Or, like, anything over 14.5, because, like, the NFL just doesn't have the nuts to put it higher.
No.
Like, because there is some teams out there that you just know are tanking, and you just know have, like that just trot out football teams that shouldn't be on the field.
Well, like that Browns-Cardinals game last week, right? Like, the Browns, at the closing end, I think they were, like, 12.5-point favorites. They won by 27.
Right.
And I in my mind, I'm like, oh, I'm not taking that. That's way too many points. And, like, honestly, they covered. That was a no-brainer, like, no doubter. Like, they never
no-brainer. Like, literally, like, no point not to take that.
Yeah. And this game, kind of the same on. And right now, the money's heavily on the Cowboys. People are not getting scared by the line. They are betting Dallas minus 16.5. I love that. So, got some balls.
Put your nuts on the table, boys.
Put your nuts on the table.
Moving along, we got 3 games left here. We got the 4-5 Commanders at the 5-3 Seahawks. Give me Seattle. This is a bounce back spot if I've ever seen one. The Commanders did not want to win that game versus the Patriots. They tried their best to lose it, and they still won it. They've already traded away a lot of their guys. Seattle got embarrassed, and I think this is a good bounce back spot for them against a bad Commanders team.
I agree. I'll take them too.
I kind of like them -6, Tassos, not gonna lie.
I have it at 6.5 right now, but I'm not gonna lie. I like the spot there too. I think they win by at least 10.
I like the -6. There's no way this offense gets held like that again.
No,
especially about this Commanders defense. That Commanders defense is not even that good. That Patriots offense was just fucking putrid to watch for 4 quarters. So I bet you they win like probably like I want to say like 30-17, Tassos.
I was just gonna say I think they score 30 points. Like I would say 30-14, honestly.
Yeah, I like something in that area. Not gonna lie, like I don't know. I was high against them against Baltimore. They tried it into Baltimore. I think maybe Pete Carroll was thinking me like the Ravens are frauds and that he didn't have to. I don't know.
We did all go Seahawks last week, which was really it was crazy the fact that we had a Seattle sweep when they were like a 6-point underdog. That would be like if we took the Browns this week. Like it's kind of crazy. I am going to cash.
Hey, sometimes you just.
I'm going to beat you too. I'm going to cash money bet on the Seahawks here, -6.5.
Okay, you can add my face to that cash money bet, Tassos, because I really do like that -6 line.
Yeah, like I said, I like the spot here. I think it's a big bounce back, especially at home too. Jets, Raiders.
Jets.
The motherfucking under, baby.
Oh,
cash money bet.
I like that. I like that a lot, actually.
If I owned a house, it'd be on the Jets.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure there's something.
All right.
There's something out there about home dogs and the unders on primetime games. I don't know what it is. It's pretty good though. I would have to look that up. But home dogs, primetime games, unders are like 80% cash rate or something like that.
I mean, also just off the eye test alone, like these are just 2 of the worst offenses in football.
Zach Wilson's 6-2, I think, against over/under, going under 6-2 on the under.
The fact that the Raiders broke out victory cigars in a game against the Giants makes me think they're gonna get absolutely fucking manhandled this weekend.
Oh, I think the Jets roll here. I think they roll heavy. I think Ian O'Connell's gonna be shitting out his pants.
Yeah.
Oh God.
No,
don't.
I like the Jets.
Okay.
All right.
100%. And if the under has to hit, I think the Jets have to win. I think it's going to be I honestly think the Raiders might score 7 points.
It's going to be gross.
I think the Jets win this one 13-7.
You like that? I like that.
You like that?
I like that. I like that.
I think 13. Like the Jets will score a touchdown. They'll each score a touchdown. And I'm not going to say it's offense that does it. They might score off of like a pick 6 or a fumble 6, and then the Jets will kick some field goals.
Ew, that's a Sunday night game too.
I don't understand why they don't flex this game. I guess because
nasty.
Because they both. If you really think about it, the Jets and Raiders are both in the wild card hunt technically. So like they are.
Ew, bro.
I think Johnny, you want to know my prediction on this game? If I thought I can see the future, I can see AOC throwing a pick,
Yeah.
Jets start their drive on the 40. First play, handoff, Breece Hall, 60-yard run, touchdown. And that's probably the only touchdown we see all game.
I can see that.
That could be the only 7 points from an offense we see all game, which is weird, but it is what it is.
Probably
can you imagine now? Like, can you imagine if the Raiders would go 5-5 off this shit?
You want it, and that's the thing. Like, we're gonna.
I do want
not now because we're a little late into recording. We're not gonna have the talk now, but like, we're gonna have an intervention with you at some point here because you are just all over the place with this Raiders thing. Like, you tell us like, oh, I want to tank and I want to lose, but then you win, and like, all I see all over your social media is flooded graphics about the Raiders winning, and then like. I don't know.
Dude, Raiders Nation loves it, bro. They have graphics for every win.
It's crazy.
They like have this fucking Raider guy piercing a giant. I don't even know what he was piercing this weekend, like a Giants balloon or something like that. Like I don't even know what the hell he was killing, but like this was their Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And look at, I do think that is you're gonna get your asses kicked because of that decision. Like,
yeah.
It's just you're 4-5. You just beat a team with a quarterback who, you're lighting victory cigars. I just won a fucking playoff game.
I'm with you 100%. I don't know why they did that.
And Mark Davis is down there partying and hands around the players and and having a good old time. It's like, buddy, you're paying $175 million to coaches who are no longer in the building.
I think that's the McDaniels pack they were letting.
One last point, real quick, John. If I get another text from you about you being bricked up over this kid, can you at least wait to send it when he throws a touchdown in a game? Like, he went 16.
Good.
He went 16 for 25 for 200 yards. Like,
he looked good.
He looked okay. He was just throwing checkdowns.
That's all you need. When you got Devontae Adams on your team, you just need to look okay.
But he didn't even use Devontae. He only had 4 catches for 34 yards.
John, let me tell you. AOC.
His ass.
What was he? No, I wasn't going to say that. Fucking Colorado's. No. He's Purdue's #1 all-time passing leader in every fucking stat ever. Should be able to go 16 for 25 for 200 yards, throwing to Jacoby Myers and Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
Bare minimum.
Yeah.
So let's not say he's making me bricked up for doing the goddamn bare minimum, Donnie.
That's my point. Is like,
you know when I do this shit.
If he had like 3 touchdowns, if he did what Will Levis did for his first start with the Titans, 280 yards and 4 touchdowns, by all means. Go ahead.
John, you should tell me you have a fucking gas station pill going if he did that. But no, he threw for 200 yards on 25 passes and didn't turn the ball over against the shitty-ass Giants defense.
Do I think it's the future? Truthfully, no, I don't. I really don't.
You want him to be so bad.
I do. Am I happy that he's like...
Why?
Am I happy he's a 4th-round quarterback who's doing decent? Yes, I am. He looks...
But why? You had no connection to this guy until on May whatever
He's
this
my
year,
guy,
April whatever this year, in the 4th round, the Raiders selected Aiden O'Connell, and you looked up his fucking highlights for the first time in your life.
Ooh, we are high on time here.
We'll call a lot out.
Yeah, it's we got Broncos, Bills.
Do we need to talk about this one?
The question.
No, there's no question. It's going to be the Bills.
Is it, though?
Yes, it is.
Is it, though? The Broncos coming off a bye? They actually look kind of good coming out before the bye?
No. They look okay. They look like a football team. It's going to be the Bills.
Yeah.
Take the Broncos. Take the Broncos. Do it.
I'm going to go cash money bet Broncos plus 7.5.
No. Take a money line. Do it.
And I'm going to take the Bills on the pick 'em. I'm not that stupid. I don't like Denver enough here, but I will take them plus 7.5. I don't think Buffalo's good enough to cover a spread of over a touchdown.
I am taking the Bills.
Yeah.
But this team's not good.
No, they're not.
And if it was in the Mile High City, I might. The spread might be 5.5. I just think because it's in the frozen tundra, it reached 7.5 points. I don't like this Bills team whatsoever.
Now they're gross.
But again, the NFL script.
Yep.
Josh Allen at 5-5. See you, Tassos.
See you back in a few seconds. Bo. Hey, come here.
We're back.
This fucking dog. Give it.
Well, we lasted a while before it happened again.
I know.
But yeah, going Bills. No need to really spend too much time on it. I do think the Broncos, like I said, cash money bet. I think the Broncos do cover.
No, I
plus
think,
7.5.
I actually think it's a good watch. I think it's fun to watch, but Bills.
What?
No, I think it's fun to watch.
Fun to watch?
Okay, let me rephrase.
The Broncos' offense has been disgusting, and the Bills' offense has been disgusting.
Okay.
What are we saying here, John?
I think it's a decent game.
I think Josh Allen should showboat more when he goes into the end zone.
Yeah.
I think he should point out more people.
Yeah.
I don't think he's doing it enough. Be bigger, douchebag, Josh, and keep losing football games.
Hell yeah.
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 It's a little Bill sweep there. All right, guys, that is our Week 10 NFL preview. Thank you very much for watching. We will see you all next week. Most likely, Spencer will still be far away in last place, but who knows? Maybe this is the week that things change.
No.
I don't think so either. But all right, guys.
Honestly, just come back, put it in the comments how much you love betting on the Steelers, and then just say thank you for the money, and I'll say you're welcome.
All right, guys. We will see you next week. Enjoy Week 10 NFL football. Have a good one, guys.
Oh, happy Veterans Day to all my veterans out there.